Hello, beautiful human. Damir here. And today I would love to share a story with you, which my first mentor told me. And if you stay to the end, you will learn a very simple, foolproof way to call it never make a wrong decision again, how to increase your productivity, and how to avoid procrastination, overthinking, and all those things that distract us from doing what we love to do the most. So, one of my first mentors, and I believe she was the first, Dale Burke, she's no longer with us, God bless her soul. She told me once when I was very young, about 15 years ago, I was 35 or so. She told me that something I couldn't believe back then, right? It was the mere, the people who sometimes talk on the camera or who do sales or speak, they have like scripts. There is a system, there is a pattern, there is a specific way how you say things to do that. And I was like, wow, is that possible? You can influence human mind so much. There is a script to do it. Because back then I was still believing that people who are successful, that they're different people than I am, that they have some different talents that I don't have, that I don't know, they were special, I was not, whatever I was thinking. So I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, wow, there is, you can totally, script that. There is a system to it. And obviously I've learned from that moment on. And now, of course, there is a script for for those things. And of course, you've heard about sales scripts, this script, that script, whatnot. But then now, how I love to use the, call it, same story, same pattern, what I've learned from NLP, is to how to make decisions to avoid procrastination. Because I don't know about you, but I've spent good part of my life chasing bright shiny objects, opportunity after opportunity. They all sound great, and then you kind of start and you never finish, or get there, you're never fulfilled, which, I'm sorry, I'm not saying you, this is what I was doing. And constant, I had that constant chase, constant course on top of the course, skill on top of the skill, not really excelling in any. I mean, I was doing well and I do well, but I was just not fulfilled, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, why this thing interests me, these things excite me, and so on. And then, obviously, I've learned better. So I would love to share a simple technique with you. You see, I think the biggest story, or I call it, I won't say a lie, but biggest illusion we were sold, we said, people would say, do what interests you, do have a vision. And that's, I call it semi-true, because what I found, that vision is not one thing. It's not just thing that interests you. What I found, that it has to be a mix. Now, bear with me. This will only take a few minutes. Um, True vision or true destination, whatever you want to achieve or do in life, something that really means something to you, consists of few things. One of them is make sure it's interesting to you, of course. Second one is make sure that it's exciting to you. Third one is make sure that it's damn important to you. And the fourth one, make sure that it fulfills you on a deeper level. What we mean by that, we call that a secondary gain or a shadow value. So things like validation, belonging, control, respect. So whatever you do, make sure that they fulfill you in that way. Why? Because those things, like validation, sense of belonging, sense of whatever, safety, control, um, your sense of respect, sense of being heard, attention, right? There's millions of others, of course. These are not the only ones. They are the underlying decision makers. You see, when I used to drink, I didn't drink because I liked the drink. I thought I liked the drink. I liked the feeling it gave me, right? I was an alcoholic, by the way. I just love to drink. Anything we do in life, we do it for a feeling. And now, if you know what that feeling is, then you can rig it to bring you more of what you want in a way that serves you. If you don't, what happens is you might be chasing things that are important to you, that are exciting to you, that are interesting to you. But then the things that make your decisions, things like validation and respect, If they're not rigged in a way that serves you, you might be doing a behavior that's what we call a self-sabotaging behavior. And self-sabotage comes in the form of, for example, overcommitting and procrastinating, for example, the big one, settling for less. So long story short, when it comes to what decision should I make in life, what opportunity I should take in life, is this good for me or not? Because let's be honest, these days it's so distractive. Every day or other day there is a new AI tool for God knows what not. There is so many, things. That's just AI plus God knows all the other things what you can get now what you couldn't get 20 years ago. So it's very easily to get excited, it's very easy to get distracted because it's interesting, and it's very easy to fall off the path, let's say it that way. But when you know what excites you, when you know what's important to you, when you know what's interesting to you, and when you know what fulfills you on your deepest level, whatever gives you the sense of, let's say, control. To me, control is important, respect is important, time is important, whatever brings me that, right? So whatever I want to do now in life, if there is now an opportunity, I ask myself these questions. Does it bring me all these four things? Will I have more control of my life? Will I have more respect of my life? Will I have more time in my life? Is it exciting to me? Is it important to me? Is it interesting to me? If the answer is yes, I go with it. And I can tell you now that just about 99% of other things don't fall into that category. Now, when that's done properly, I don't procrastinate, I'm focused, I'm productive. So, same goes for you. If you want to make decisions, right decisions for you, right? So you don't overcommit, you don't settle for less, so you don't procrastinate. Then make sure you fulfill these four things. I'll say it again. I know I said it 100 million times already. Make sure whatever you do, whatever opportunity in life comes your way, or whatever it is, I'm just calling it opportunity. It does not have to be business, right? It can be something else, right? Make sure it's important to you, that it interests you, that excites you, and that it fulfills you on a deeper level. Now, I know I spoke about this a little bit before, didn't want to go deep. I found myself rambling, as you've heard. You get it, you know what it is, and you know what I'm talking about. Now, this is a foolproof script, a foolproof way for you to make right decisions in your life, which will make you more productive, and you will avoid the burnouts, you will avoid the grind, you will avoid the hassle, you will avoid the procrastination, the overthinkings, you'll finish your tasks, you won't half finish them, and so on. You get it. Anyway, so much for this video. I thought I'd share it with you. Now, if you want to learn the actual techniques, how to do that really, really quick, then DM me and I'll send a little bit more info. I have this thing that you can do on your phone at any time of day in life. You don't have to talk to me to help you get there. By there, I mean wherever you are going. Anyway, so much for this video. Thank you and bye bye.